平和条約に関する書類を受け取ってきてもらいたい。心して任務にかかってくれ。
はあ、締まりのない顔しよって。締まりのないのは前からか。聞いたぞ。1週間はベッドの上だそうだな。
今まで通りの呼び名でいいよ。今日ここに来たのは、多くの犠牲の上に実現した平和は守り抜かなければならない。
お前も早くわしの小説に出てくるような男になるんじゃぞ。生きていればいずれ奴らに会うこともあるかもしれんの。
Minato Namikaze, also known as the Yellow Flash and the best user of Flying Thunder God, was the 4th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf. For his performance during the war, Minato was chosen to become 4th Hokage. However, his election was much more complicated than people think because Minato had to face off his rivals to prove that he was worthy enough to be Hiruzen's successor. And today I want to talk about the rivals of Minato who got in his way before becoming Hokage. Before starting, I want to ask you all to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. I hope you all have a great day. Now let's start the video. Well, at first, Minato did not really have a lot of supporters in the government. A lot of people were doubting him because he was too young, and the reason why he was even taken into consideration was that he had a lot of support from Hiruzen Sarutobi, who at the time held the position of 3rd Hokage and held much greater power than any other. The feudal lord also emphasized Minato, but he was also pointing out that he was still too young and inexperienced, and most of all, despite being one of the most intelligent ninja in history, he did not have the slightest experience about governing and leading an entire country. Although he was the leader of his own squad, it was still nothing like being the leader of an entire nation. Minato lacked experience in his youth and was generating enormous distrust among the councils and high commands of the Land of Fire. Eventually, the feudal lord would end up accepting Minato only because of him having huge support from Hiruzen, who was standing behind him all the time. As you already know, Minato was not the only ninja who was considered to become the 4th Hokage. Just like Minato, there were other ninjas who were considered as a prodigy seen only once in a generation who also had the pretension of becoming the 4th Hokage, and one of them was none other than Orochimaru, one of the 3 legendary Sannin, who had the confidence of people and the support of many government counselors. Orochimaru had a much bigger reputation behind him. Unlike Minato, he had contributed in 2 2nd and 3rd Shinobi World Wars. Unlike Minato, he had contributed in the 2nd and 3rd Shinobi World Wars, and his name was recognized all over the world, just like his companions Jiraiya and Tsunade. All of them were excellent tactical ninjas, and above all, they had amazing leadership skills, and between these 3, Orochimaru had the most support from Konoha Council, especially by Danzo. He told the Konoha Council that Orochimaru was the best option to inherit the title of the 4th Hokage since he was very intelligent and an experienced man who taught with a cool head, and had a lot of experience in political relations. However, Hiruzen opposed his idea and said that despite Orochimaru being a genius in the age of war, a sinister will and greed lurked deep behind his eyes, and such a person could not be given the duties of Hokage. Hiruzen's act made Danzo furious and said that he opposed his idea, and it seems the two battled each other over who should become Hokage. Even though Hiruzen agreed that Minato was too young, he emerged victorious at the Battle of Kanabi Bridge and distinguished himself by leading the way to end the 3rd Great Ninja World War. Danzo then said that Orochimaru would be a much better option for that post because not only was he an excellent sensei, but also a brilliant shinobi with an impressive and impeccable career, and a living legend who had huge support of the vast vast majority of people. It seemed like he was someone who had the whole town behind his back. It was quite difficult for Minato to compete against a living legend who was renowned all over the world as the legendary Sannin. However, Orochimaru was not the only one who Minato had to face. There was still one other opponent to face, and defeating him was more difficult because not only was he a public and influential figure, but he already held a position of power and was one of the most important political figures in the village, and that was Fugaku Uchiha, who was the head of the Uchiha clan as well as the leader of the Konoha military police force. He was also considered as a possible candidate to inherit the title of the 4th Hokage. Fugaku had full support from the Uchiha clan. The Konoha leadership, starting from Tobirama, the 2nd Hokage, had distrusted the Uchiha clan, and they grew to distrust each other more as time passed, and Fugaku becoming the 4th Hokage would relieve the pressure between the Uchiha clan and the village. Fugaku was also considered a legend. He was praised to be a rare genius whose nickname of Wicked Eye Fugaku made shinobi of other nations tremble. Fugaku was pressured by all the members of his clan to become 4th Hokage. Minato should not be a problem since the only one who was supporting him was the 3rd Hokage, while Fugaku had his prestigious Uchiha clan as well as one of the founders of the village who had a very big reputation. But Madara Uchiha left the village, and Konoha higher-ups viewed Fugaku as a leader who would represent Madara's ideals, which would put him at a great disadvantage. Minato had to face two titans, one of the legendary Sannin and the leader of the legendary Uchiha clan. Both had incredible prestige in the village, and both of them were war heroes like him. Among those three, Minato had the least experience. Yes, he was feared all over the world as a genius shinobi, but that was not enough reputation for a feudal lord to give him the title of 4th Hokage. The reason why Danzo did not really want to become the Hokage was that during Hiruzen's reign he had all the necessary power, and he was viewing Minato as a threat to his power and firmly believed that Orochimaru and Fugaku competing against Minato would be enough to get him out of the game. Unfortunately for him, Hiruzen managed to convince the feudal lord that Orochimaru had too much evil in his eyes, and if Fugaku became the 4th Hokage, too much power would be in the hands of the Uchihas, which could be dangerous for the village. As you can see, Minato had almost no chance of becoming the 4th Hokage, but conveniently for him, things had lined up in his favor. Despite him competing against two titans, everything worked well for him, and thanks to huge support from Hiruzen, he managed to become the 4th Hokage. However, his Hokage reign was arguably the shortest. I think it would be interesting to see Orochimaru or Fugaku as Hokage, but I think Minato was still the best option. Anyway, I guess this is all for today. What do you think about this video? Write your opinions in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to this channel for more. Astrojack out. Bye!